Welcome to Two Guys and Two States. You are Galen from Washington State.
Well, Daryl, hello.
Hello, Galen. I am Daryl from New York State. And we are on podcast 8. Can you believe that already?
I can't believe it. We laugh, we chat, we make memories, we encourage our friends and neighbors. Who's ever listening, please be encouraged today that you are amazing, which you'll hear more than once. And we really believe it. Number 8 already. Okay.
I know it. Number
I
8.
see you. Yeah, I hear that one. Podcasts are going to be successful if they do at least 4 or more. So there you go. Here's to our success. And we've been doing it less than a year. We are on a roll. We'll just keep rolling until we're not supposed to anymore.
Be careful on the rolling. You may not be able to get up.
That's right. Oh, anyway.
Well,
Well,
guess what topic we have chosen for this
uh,
particular podcast?
I don't know. I'm just annoyed by you even asking.
Oh boy, that's a pet peeve of mine. People who are annoyed at me for no reason.
There's no
Okay, well,
reason.
in case you haven't guessed it, pet peeves. I don't know why, but it's ironic because you said that you're going to talk about people being amazing, and yet you have pet peeves about people being amazing.
We've about had it with a lot of people. Oh, I tell
Uh,
you.
we mold and shape things the way we view it, the way we see it, and we surround our own views around ourselves, and yet everybody else is doing the same thing.
Yep, we have our own little things that we want to make sure that other people understand. That just drives me crazy when you do that. That's the 14th time I've noticed that in the last hour, feels like. And I've just about had it. Is one of my That's one of my favorite pet sayings. It's not a peeve, one of a great saying, I think. Just about had it.
Well, anyway, the definition of a pet peeve, or one definition, a pet peeve is a minor annoyance that an individual finds particularly irritating, often more so than others would. So, in other words, things that may get under my skin may not bother you, and vice versa.
Yeah.
It's quite amazing that we actually got to that point. But yeah, it really is. I mean, why don't things bother me? Why do I get irritated? Why do you're doing something that I don't like? Well, why don't you like it? Can you actually find reason in yourself to figure out why it is that you don't like it?
Great question. Yeah. I mean, it's maybe a repetition thing is part of it, or an interruption. Like, okay, you're kind of encroaching. Ooh, that's a good word. You're blowing through my boundaries, maybe, or you're stepping over a line of some kind to make noise, drive poorly, leave the toilet seat up, or whatever the thing is, and it's driving me crazy. I mean, I'm just going berserk here. Versus, it's a little bit annoying, but it's not that big a deal. But pet peeve seems to take it to another level, I think. It's just like it's a pattern thing and an amount. It's both quantity and quality. There you go. It's something that's been happening for quite a while. Maybe not from the same person, like one of the easy ones is the driving issue that 85% of us think we're better drivers than anybody else. While at the same time, we think that most other drivers are not as good as anybody else. So, I mean, it's like, how can I be in the top 15% of
And you
good
would
drivers?
know.
And there's only so many good drivers there can be. But
Well,
yeah, I
well,
would
you would know that for being in the business that you're in.
in
So,
the industry. Yeah. The insurance,
absolutely.
I tell you what, I mean, with the number of distracted driving issues, we used to say, oh, it was the girls putting on their makeup on their way to school. They're driving with their knees while they put on their makeup. Oh,
But
that may
but
still
here's a
be
question.
happening, but it's not the same. And the guys are changing their clothes and eating a cheeseburger. But now,
And shaving, all while on driving 65 miles an hour.
And nowadays, it's everybody is on a screen of some kind.
Oh yeah.
It's either sometimes it is on the dash, and people are being pretty responsible, but so often it's in somebody's hand. They're either talking or texting or trying to do both, and they maybe still be doing those other things they used to do too, which is makeup and cheeseburgers and change your clothes. So,
Well,
yeah.
here's well, you had mentioned that it's gone to another level. Well, I'm just kind of curious because the definition of a pet peeve is often an annoyance that bothers you more than it might bother others, but it's usually minor. But you had said sometimes it's taken to another level. Well, maybe that's because your general dislikes or social irritations are already dislikes. So therefore, maybe instead of being minor, now it is a little more major. Pet peeves technically, I think they're psychological. I was
Yeah.
reading, I mean, I don't know, I'm not a psychological doctor, but they are linked to brain mechanisms and stress responses.
Yeah.
And the inner part of the body, and they call it the I don't know how to pronounce this word, the amygdala, which acts as the brain's alarm system, and
Yeah.
to perceive threats, whether they're big or small. They're triggers like cortisol and adrenaline. I know that sometimes I get like watching somebody fall down on a video, I'll get a shot of adrenaline because it's like, wow, I know that feeling of you ever fall on your tailbone?
Ooh.
I get that little shot, so I know exactly what it's talking about there. These are small annoyances that can just feel disproportionately just irritating. When you said that they actually go to another level, I think in a way you're right
Well,
because
yeah.
you already had the baseline dislike there.
Yeah. And maybe another level is just the volume of it. I mean, there's more cars on the road. There's more people driving. There's more. I mean, we've got 4 cars per household now or more. It used to be one. So when grandma was just driving to church on Sunday, it was about the only time she used her car. That wasn't too bad. But now we've got her and 4 other people in the house driving all over town and across the country.
And that's a
Uh,
that's a pet peeve of yours, people owning more than one car?
no, no, not necessarily that as much as the amount on the road. And so then just any time I'm in a crowded situation, whether it's my body or my vehicle, if I'm just crawling through traffic, like, oh, what is the holdup? What's the hang up over there? And then you find out, oh, we're all just staring at some guy that hit a bird while he was driving, or we're staring at a flat tire that some guy's helping grandma with. I mean, we don't need to back up traffic for 3 miles to watch grandma's flat
Actually,
tire.
actually, nowadays it's probably not grandma helping grandma. It's probably grandma helping some 20-year-old
Guys,
kid who doesn't know how to do anything to a car. Oh, wow, wow is
well,
right.
as an example, I mean, I don't know, I don't know if you made a list of
I
pet peeves.
did.
It turns out that driving and all that stuff isn't even on there on my list just because I think it's so obvious. I hear so many people talk about either road rage or almost got hit in the crosswalk or a guy ran me off the road or I was backed into by a guy tried to go in reverse while we're going forward or whatever.
Well, yeah, well, that's not really a pet peeve. That's actually an incident.
I know. Yes. So
But
there's fine lines there. The amount of times that it happens gets to be the peeve, I think.
yeah,
So,
well, here's something that I saw on like probably social media or reel or something. If you have to yap about it, it's probably a pet peeve.
ooh, good one.
Well, yeah, I wrote down a couple too, and
Okay.
I asked around. They have, kind of like what we did back with the
Bucket
bucket
list?
list. Most of the times, the bucket list were traveling situations. They wanted to go see something.
Yes.
Here, a lot of things are very, very personal. I don't know. I probably wrote down about 15 to 20 different pet peeves. They're pretty self-explanatory. We can list a few.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
So
I mean, and we may have some of the same ones, and yeah,
one of
I've
okay.
probably got about 10 is all, but go ahead.
Well, it was just while you were speaking about all of the car situations. Isn't it funny though? Most times, normal people who are driving, they're like Jekyll and Hyde. When you're driving, you're another person. And as soon as you get out of your car,
Ah,
when you get out of your car, you're just okay, you forget everything that just happened, you get back doing your normal whatever. But yet, when you're driving, everything bothers you.
oh, I
So,
don't know if it's a safety thing. People
I
feel like
don't know
I'm
either.
not safe, or is it just kind of annoying that you have to? I mean, I've got somewhere to be. in 20 minutes. And even though I have plenty of time to get there, I don't want to use all that time because of your stupidity, other drivers, So you're making these judgments that they're stupid, that you're
Sure.
more important than them, that your schedule matters, and blah, blah. Well,
Yeah.
everybody's got the same, dude. So stop crying.
Yeah, well, pretty much. And the funny thing is as you're driving or whatever it is that you're looking at, unless you physically state it, you don't really realize it's a pet peeve because it's an annoyance. This thing's getting under your skin and it's making you boil over. Now you're getting angry, and next you know you're having road rage. I
Yes.
mean, my gosh, that's a problem.
Yep. Oh, it definitely is. Yep. Yep.
All right, one of the biggest ones that I have, and it's number one for me, is you ever been to the grocery market and you're going to go to the express lane that says 20 or less, and somebody's got a cart full of groceries? That just
Yeah.
drives me insane.
Oh man. And it's like, okay, come on, self-awareness is some of these things. It's just like, are people not aware at all or they don't care? I'm going to get in the slow or the quick lane. I don't care if I hold everybody up. It's like, well, that's not so good for civilization, people.
Then they think that they're actually going faster, and they're not. You know? All right, you go ahead.
No.
What's one of yours?
Well, one of the very first ones I put is dishonesty. People, somebody being dishonest, and you're like, I know that that's not true right there. So why are you saying the capital of New York State is, New York City? It's Albany. Either you're ignorant or you're trying to push buttons or you just don't even care to know. You can't name more than three capitals of states anyway. So
Oh,
so I guess the response on my part is a judgment of how stupid they might be or how ignorant. But it's just annoying that you would be dishonest. Now that was kind of an extreme example, but even dishonesty about, oh no, I did check. I checked with that customer and they said they didn't want cheese on their burrito. Okay. Well, I checked with them and they're pretty mad they didn't get cheese. And so they must have wanted it. Oh no, no, they didn't. Okay. Can somebody just be honest and say I forgot to ask for cheese or I forgot to put cheese on? You know what I mean? Just be straightforward and honest. But this kind of sneaky dishonesty is
gets under your skin, huh?
ugh.
Another one for me would be one of the big ones is people smoking in a doorway entrance or outside, like if you got a business building and they have the smoking thing like right in front of the doors where you have to walk through it. I just never understand that. I just don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Smoking period is not something that I'm very high of, but I never did it and I don't understand it. But people have given me all kinds of excuses as to why they do it. But you're still doing it and you know it's not good for you. But when you gotta get through it, you know,
Yeah.
trust me, that's high on my list.
Yeah. And when we stopped smoking inside here in my state about 20 years ago, they set up signs that said you had to be 25 feet away from the door. That was one way that was dealt with on this side. And I said we collectively, not me personally. So I have also like getting your socks wet, either from the rain or, maybe you're hiking and sludging through somewhere. Now your feet are wet, your socks are wet, your shoes are wet, and you've still got a ways to go. And it's just this sloggy, mushy, messy wet socks.
That's a pet peeve.
Yes, it's annoying. My feet are not happy. Come on.
Well, you know how an infant feels when they got a wet diaper.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care about them. Babies are such whiners.
Here's one about now there is a law actually you got to clean up after your animals, but one that the people let dogs just go wherever they want and they do not clean it up.
Brutal.
I mean that speaks for itself. I don't think I need to
No.
elaborate.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Did I already say talking with your mouth full? Let me take a bite and say that. And if you're out to dinner or lunch with somebody, a friend or wherever, you kind of have this understanding of, oh, sorry, ask you a question right when your mouth is full. Don't answer until you're ready. People that just don't have that self awareness and they're just, nom, 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 nom.
Oh yeah. Well, apparently when I was younger, I used to chew or eat with my mouth open, like,
Oh,
almost like people that get annoyed by people chewing gum very loudly, snapping
ah,
their gum, talking about it, doing things like that. But apparently, I used to eat with my mouth open.
oh no.
I didn't know any better.
No.
Till one day, my sister told me that what I was doing, and I was like, okay, I probably turned about nine shades of red.
And was
But I
that
was
about
in,
was that about 2 years ago?
yeah. Well, yes, I would have been younger.
Younger. Ah,
Yeah, so kind of coincide with what you said.
oh man, I tell you.
How about people who always make things political? No matter what the
Ooh.
topic is, they always seem to come around to it's got to be this or it's got to be that against like somebody politically in charge.
Yeah, that's not good for me. Somehow, and that could go for a lot of different topics, a political thing, a religious view, a family issue,
Hmm.
yeah. Oh, well, I put this kind of fertilizer on my grass to make it green. Oh, if the Democrats would have, the
Yeah, right. I
Republicans are
mean,
the ones selling us that.
yep.
Oh man, it's just too good. Too good.
And you know who you are out there.
That's right. You know who's making us really peeved right now? So one of the things that's been hitting me, and I'd never noticed it so much until my current community, which is a at least bi-cultural. We have at least two main cultures here. But there's some other ones too, but it doesn't matter who it is. It's not a respecter of class, citizen, or culture or whatever. It's spelling, just misspelling stuff. But then I looked down at my list that I did for this, and I misspelled pet peeves. And then I misspelled one of the other ones that's coming up on my list. Oh my God. So it bothers me more when it's in a publication. I was at a music recital recently, and one of the people's names that was misspelled, but then almost everything about that person was a little bit wrong. There was wrong information, then it was misspelled, then the song they played was, listed wrong. I'm just like, what the heck? Do we have no quality at all?
It's funny because I don't know why it's funny. Because I think maybe because we can relate, but at the same time, you've mentioned things that don't really bother me.
Oh,
It is, and it's kind of funny because you look at it objectively or maybe sympathetically toward the person, trying to
mhm.
understand why, but maybe not.
So that
Go ahead.
doesn't bother you necessarily.
No.
Like if you walked up to a store and said coffee on sale or something you were buying, bananas on sale, but it was spelled with a U, banana.
No, I would laugh.
I know, but
I would make a joke about it. Actually, I'd be like, "Do you know where these are? I mean, they got a good pile of bananas over there, big yellow ones, but those aren't the ones that are on sale
yeah, it's the
because those are spelled Banana."
That's right. But
So I
then
would just say something funny about it. But no, spelling doesn't. I mean, I just basically take the time just to correct it if it's
yeah.
deemed necessary, but I don't care because I know what it's being said.
But then your kid comes home with a spelling test and they have it misspelled with the U. And it's like, okay, now our kids don't know how to spell
Right.
stuff because society is not checking anything. So why does the kid have to?
Well,
And that
maybe it was different. Maybe that person came home with the spelling test and got it right because the teacher didn't know how to spell it.
that could be true too. Oh,
I don't know. Let's say I'm talking to you and then a third person comes up and starts while we're in a conversation, instead of waiting, they just start talking. And then the next thing you know, the conversation has gone between you and that other person. And I just find that very annoying.
they've
You
kind
know,
of hijacked it, maybe, or
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
You're in the middle of something that maybe you're talking about. Could be important, could be just a story you want to tell, whatever the topic is, but then somebody just kind of jumps in, but instead of just kind of all three going across, that person gets personal and they want the attention and then but the person you were talking to gives the divided attention to them. And then you're kind of left standing there, and sometimes they even walk away together.
I know.
And I found that very, very annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. I recognize that one. It for some reason it doesn't annoy me because I'm the one walking in and hijacking.
Yeah, that's I was gonna say. You're probably the one, okay, whatever. You don't know enough to keep your mouth closed, whether it's got food in it or not.
I know, exactly. I chew with my mouth open.
Uh,
No, man. There's a list of things as I just think about, and maybe they change over time. Like, oh, it used to bother me in school. I'm sitting there and there's a whole desk, a line of kids and or whatever, and that was one thing. But today it may be a bit different. Or one of the ones I put down was modified vehicles or just the loud, and they sound like they're going 90 miles an hour. And you look out there and they're just ramped up going about 20, but their RPMs are ramped up to redlining. You're like, okay, just a sec here. What's the need for those decibels to be put out in the world?
Yeah, I
And
think it's a younger generation thing. I had one very
oh,
similar, but with motorcycles, motorcycles that are stopping towards red lights or stop signs, and as they're slowing down, they're boom, 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 they're revving up the loudness of the motorcycle. And if you get like a dozen of them together, it
oh,
sounds like bombs are hitting the area.
it's deafening,
It
you
really
know.
is.
And similar to that is like all your windows open or a convertible and you're blaring your music, which guess what? Not all of us like that. But
Hmm.
now it's inside my car, even though my windows are up and I'm 3 lanes over. You can still hear it. And I can feel it. I'm actually getting a back massage from the base of
The vibration.
the vibration.
I'm getting a back massage.
Oh,
How about the toilet seat being left up all the time? Does that
oh,
bother you?
no.
Or the way toilet paper is on the roll handle?
Yeah, it never used to bother me. Did you? Is that on your list?
Yeah, that's one on my list. It's not high on the list. It was like an honorable mention. I don't really care if it's up or down,
Yeah.
as long as it's not in the middle of the night and I gotta sit down. Like it's like going swimming.
Oh, well, we have two bathrooms in our home, and one the seat is always up, and the other it's always down. There you go. I
Is
do
that a
live with,
compromise?
yeah. Well, there's two males and one female in our house, so
Yep.
I think that has a big part to play in it with that issue.
Here's another one that does get to me because how about opening the refrigerator, looking in it, and then closing it? They're not doing anything, but you do it like every 20 minutes, every half hour. Nothing has changed.
As if as if somebody's gonna make you something and leave it in there for you to eat.
I don't understand the purpose of that.
All of a sudden, there's some pudding for you to eat in there. I guess. I mean, I don't know what's gonna change.
Voila. It's like, voila. Oh,
Oh, that is
yeah.
that is a good one. I do it, so it doesn't bother me at all.
Right. Well, we have all done it. We've all done it. I mean, the first time I get it, you're looking for something. Maybe there's, a snack, leftovers, whatever it might be, or you're just looking for food to cook. But when you just stand there and you just look, it's like, you go into a trance. Ooh, look, refrigerator.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you're closing it, and then 20 minutes later, you're back doing the same thing.
Well, and some of us on this call are getting old, and so it could be an age thing that we don't remember what we saw ten
Some
minutes
of
ago.
us, some of us, you make us sound like a small crowd.
Okay. I'm
But
just going to own that I might have forgotten what I saw. But, oh my gosh.
yeah. Do
Anyway.
you have any more?
Well, one I have is people that are really arrogant. Like they just, you know what? I'm the best, and all of my bodily functions don't stink, and I'm wonderful, and I'm the best. And did I say how wonderful I am? Because I want you
Mm-hmm.
all to know that I'm the best. I'm the strongest. I'm the smartest. I'm the coolest. I got the best modified vehicle. I don't chew with my mouth open. I whatever. I don't. I'm above. I'm just above.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay. I also realize people can seem that way when they're hyper insecure. They've got a real insecurity,
Yep.
so they've got to try to cover it with as loud a noise and as much
Attention.
attention and distraction to something else. Hey, look at my bright, shiny car, not wanting to talk about all the emotional or mental pain they may be in, or that all their family is, broken to pieces and in
Yeah.
prison or whatever. Just
Yeah.
yeah. So I understand arrogance more than I ever have, but it's annoying to me to just think, okay, you don't need to tell me how wonderful you are. I either believe it or I don't. And actually, the more you tell me, the less I believe. So.
Yeah, it's something similar. It may not be a pet peeve, but I do know that I have been told I had attitude because I was quiet,
Oh.
because I was just, I watch and I take things in and just observe. But because of that, I may have come across like I had an attitude, maybe that I was better than somebody and all that. It's just because I didn't say anything. And I can kind of understand where you're coming from with that particular one, or the person just arrogant, they want to be loud, they want it to be about them, but mine has just prompted a thought,
Mhm.
of that, how people looked at me, and maybe to them I was a pet peeve because they thought I was acting like I was better than them when technically I really wasn't. I was just quiet. Well, I got one more.
Okay.
And it has to do with the vehicles. There's a couple under it. When people, they're merging instead of just kind of getting your space, they try to always make sure they get ahead of you. You know how that goes.
Oh yeah.
Or they got to beat the red light, right at the intersection, and that's how most accidents happen is in the intersections, and it's just crazy. They always got to try and drive faster instead of driving more cautiously.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course you don't want the 20 miles an hour in a 45 speed limit people. Well, I'm just trying to be cautious.
Yeah,
That's not really what's happening. Mostly it's happening like you're saying of how can I edge other people out, run this red light, not merge with other people, there's a lot more aggression it seems like to me. I don't
yeah,
know.
I
Maybe
would think
maybe not
so.
over where you live.
No, it's a whole different world in New York.
Yeah, don't get me
Uh,
started.
no, I won't. Don't worry.
Too late.
I get it. Do you have any more?
Well, the only thing I was going to say as we kind of close down on this topic is life's too short to drink bad coffee. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, then I guess mine's going to be long because I don't drink any coffee. I
Ah,
don't drink any coffee. Oh
poor
yeah,
guy.
before you leave, make sure you turn the lights off. Well, I mean, I know they have everything running. They got, 6 TVs on. They got kids running around on tablets. Every light is on in the house. I'm like, ah! I walk in there. I need, mental health. That drives me insane. And I think it's just more being practical. I'm a
Yes.
practical kind of person, and I also don't want to be paying out electric bill.
Well,
So
I mean, sometimes they haven't been back to that room for an hour or two, and
the
here's
TV's
one or
going.
two or three lights in that room on, or the TV's on over there. And you're
Yeah,
saying, really?
right. Oh, or you leave and everything's. It's almost like what is that? The vacation movie there, where the the meter's just spinning and spinning because he turned on all the Christmas lights.
Yes, that's awesome.
That is pretty funny.
That's good stuff.
Well, I think what we should do is just try to curve our annoyances and just try to focus on what is good and what is right versus what gets under our skin
Yeah.
in an annoyance pet peeve kind of way.
A little more
But
grace for ourselves to make some blunders and be annoying to others, but then that extends grace to the other person,
yes,
too,
it does.
allowing things to slide by a little quicker rather
Yeah,
than sitting on the edge of our seat waiting to jump on somebody when they're crossing one of these lines for us. They don't even know they're crossing them half the
I
time,
was just gonna say that.
Yeah,
They don't even know what's going on.
that's good. Well, we must be getting mature if we think that way.
Not bad for podcast 8.
Oh my goodness, that's the fact. I love
Yes,
it.
it is.
And we appreciate everybody that's listening and people that have been so supportive, and it's been good. It's been a good
Yes, it
ride so
really
far,
has.
and we'll keep coming back. That's
It's a
right.
good ride, and we're still driving. Just don't go through any red lights.
That's right. We'll try to run me off the road.
Because you will
Oh,
hear about it.
yes.
All
Well,
right. Well, it was nice catching up with you again, and nice having
yes,
having a good talk. And we'll be back with another topic.
you bet. Never forget, you are amazing.
We will talk to you all again.